Man, so I was scrolling through TikTok the other day and I saw this guy. He was sitting in his car and he was talking about generational curses and stuff. And that's a term that I've heard a lot in the past like year or so, ever since like my spiritual awakening has started. Actually since 2019 actually. And so I was interested to see what he was talking about. And he was just talking about, you being kind of isolated from your family sometimes when you're trying to, break these curses of your in your family line, no matter what it might be. It might be alcoholism. It could be, abandonment, whatever it might be for you. And a lot of times your family may not understand what you're doing. So they might kind of treat you like a black sheep in your family, kind of isolate from you, or just not really understand the way you're thinking. And when I heard that, man, I was like, damn, that's my life right now to a T, bro. I'm in a situation where it's like, I don't even want to say that it's curses per se, but it's just like, my approach to life has been completely different than how the rest of my family has been taught to believe, or how the rest of my family has gone about their lives. And, whether that's for me, especially everything kind of started when I dropped out of college. That's when everything kind of just started for me. Everything just between me and my mom, especially, everything was just kind of rocky at that point, because it was just like, for my whole life, especially coming from an African household. I mean, you're taught that, school is everything. You're not gonna be anything in life if you don't go to school. That's kind of how I was raised to believe. School is the only way. For many African people, bro, like that was their way out too. Because in a lot of these African countries that I'm Liberian, so in Liberia especially, like a lot of the people that have money, that are doing well in the society, they went to school and they're they're in the government. A lot of just random people on the street having a bunch of money. It's usually in the government. So it's one of those things where, when I told her that I wasn't gonna go, because I just didn't see the point of it. I was in school for 2 years. I just didn't see the point. I was majoring in journalism at the time. It just wasn't going the way that I expected it to go. I'm going to class every single day, and I'm looking through the syllabus and stuff like that. And it's just, I can literally go back to my dorm room and finish this whole class in a week or two. I didn't need 6 months, and I was majoring in journalism at the time. So, you know how liberal arts is. I said all that to say, when I told my mom, it was like World War III had broke out, man. It was almost equivalent to if like I went to jail or something, bro. Like I was just being treated like, like an outsider, man. She called my mom, she called my aunt, she called my uncle, all my family back home knowing about it. Everybody looking at me sideways now. Like I can't even. And it's like, it puts me in a situation where it's like I don't even know who to talk to. Like I for real feel isolated. Like I really don't, like, even my friends and stuff. A lot of them, like they're doing their own things right now. I don't really feel, I'm not gonna say I don't feel comfortable calling, but it's just one of those situations where we haven't talked in so long. I don't really. They're not the people that I would, first look to call about something like this right now. And it's something that if you haven't gone through it, I don't think you're really gonna understand what I'm talking about. So you kind of have to just deal with it on your own. But the whole point of this video is like, in that isolation that I've been in, I think I found so much peace within myself, and I've learned so much about myself and how much that I actually can accomplish. For the longest time, I was very even still, I'm like somewhat shy, more to myself. But I love people though. I love being around people. I love going out, having fun, just joking around, just not taking life so seriously. But when it comes to opening up to people, it's like that's one thing with me that I've had a lot of trouble doing, because I just don't want to hear somebody's opinion. And most of the time I did it in the past, it was always a negative reaction I got. So I just was always like, let me just stay to myself. But like I said, in this isolation, and then when you start meditating on your thoughts and stuff, and really just sitting by yourself and really just thinking about things, like I start to understand how powerful I really am, and really starting to come into my power that I always had, and really start to understand that, hey, these things that are happening in your life are for a reason. That maybe God has a higher calling for you. You know, maybe what He has for you is not meant to be understood by the people that are around you right now, but they'll understand later on. And that's kind of where I had to just come to peace with, because I'll be arguing with my mom for like the longest time. My mom, my uncle, they all calling me and they trying to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know, wanting to do YouTube and, you know, wanting to be a creative and all that, and just understanding that this is what I always want to do with my life. Since I was like 12, 13, this is all I've ever wanted. This is all I've ever really dreamt about. I can't see myself doing anything else but being my own boss and being a creative. That's all I've ever wanted to do. But for them, they looked at it almost as, especially my mom, it was more of like a backstab. Like, how are you gonna do this to me? Like, how, like, after everything I've done for you and worked so hard for you to have in life, you're gonna like, it's like in a form of betrayal, at least in her eyes, that I didn't follow through with the plan that she had for my life. You know, and like I said, the plan that she had for my life, not the plan that I have for my life. Whether it's a generational curse, whether it's whatever type of cycle that you're trying to break in your family, I know for me, I just see myself at a higher level than what everybody else in my family has been able to achieve. And I come from a family of people that have been doctors, nurses, you know, stuff like accountants, stuff like that. But just the fact of me having to work for somebody, that always rubbed me the wrong way. Always, even right now, even the job that I have right now, we're working at Target overnight, bro. It's like, I appreciate it, and I thank God every day when I get up in the morning. I thank God for my job because at least I have a job and I have some kind of income coming in. But it's like, this ain't my end, bro. This isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. This isn't for you, man. Like, this is not where you're supposed to be. And you know, I respect everybody's opinions, but I think for now I just learned to stop arguing with people and stop trying to get people who are not gonna understand your vision to understand it. And kind of just move forward, man, and just be like, hey, you don't understand it, you're not gonna understand me, and that's fine. But eventually things will make sense, and if it doesn't make sense even then it is what it is. But life just gets so much easier when you stop trying to get everybody to agree with you and get everybody to understand you, because some things were not meant to be understood by some people, and that's just what it is. Sometimes even you don't even understand what you don't even fully understand what path you want or where you're going and what direction you're trying to go in. You just have the faith that things will unfold in time, in divine timing, as I like to say, in divine timing. Everything will reveal itself. It all makes sense. Yeah, man, it's just a couple of thoughts that I had to record, because I was like, man, somebody gonna feel this, somebody gonna understand this. And you know, with my love for YouTube, my love for film, my love for just art in general, man, I just feel like when you're doing what you love to do and you believe in yourself, it's a certain swag and confidence that you walk with, man, that it's really hard. It's hard to describe, but it's just like you just feel differently. It's right. Even if it doesn't work today, tomorrow, but you know this is what is for you. And you're gonna keep going because you know it's for you, man. Like, and it's just seeing it in your mind before it happens. You gotta have the faith, man. You gotta have the faith and just belief in yourself that whatever situation you in, things will get better. And the isolation period you in, it's for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. And instead of taking time to dwell on it, to be negative and have some of the self-pity, think about maybe why you're in that situation and what you can learn. So, hey, man, just my 2 cents, man. Just a guy filming off his iPhone 7, man, trying to make a difference. So, hey, make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. Thank y'all for watching, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Peace.